Our guest today is a young lady who went against the grain to start a successful furniture business in a male-dominated industry. Her unique taste and keen eye for details has enabled her to sell her furniture at a premium. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you, Lynn Wambui. Welcome to Tuzidi na Hustle. I'm your host, Martin Kimathi. Introduce yourself to us.
Hi, my name is Lynn, CEO of Santana Africa. We do custom-made furniture. I grew up in Nakuru, raised by my grandmother, by a single grandma. She raised me by herself, mainly because my mom gave birth to me at a very young age, but then she also passed when I was very young. Yes.
Yeah, so now you grew up with your grandmother. How was she able to take care of you? Did you have any siblings or was it just you?
No, I don't have any siblings. It was just my grandma and I. So she used to own a fleet of matatus in Nakuru, and that's how she was able to put food on the table for us, or for me.
So she started in the matatu business?
She started in tumba business, and she sold clothes in Nairobi, and then she saved up a bit and moved to Nakuru and bought her first matatu and then her second matatu, on and on and on.
How did she manage just to, to keep tabs?
Staying at the stage.
So she used to go to the stage?
Yeah, staying at the stage and just monitoring what matatu has gone at what time and what not, and writing it down.
On a daily basis?
On a daily basis, Monday to Saturday.
Seeing your grandma waking up very early, going hard, on your side, how did it impact you as a child?
Honestly, for me, it was second nature. All my life, I've been around women who work and who get money by themselves. So for me, I didn't realize it was a big deal until I grew up and saw how the world is. So for me, it's just taking care of your business and being very hands-on, because she was very hands-on. Even when there's one matatu's gone to the garage, she knows which part is not working and she gets the part for herself. So she didn't leave anything to anyone and then she'd collect the money. She was very hands-on.
Wow. What expectations did your grandma have of you?
Not only my grandma, but everyone else, because I was a community kid. I was raised by my grandmother, my grandfather, my aunts and uncles. So they wanted me to become very independent and not face hardships just because of not having parents. So during high school, they expected me to get all A's. The recommendation was if you get a B+, you're repeating high school. So I had to really work hard to get the A they wanted.
And so after that, you joined campus?
I joined campus.
Did you pick the course that you wanted to?
I did not pick the course. I did not pick the university. They all dictated that for me because I wanted to do civil engineering and we already had an engineer in our family. So they suggested I should do project management to kind of complement the engineer in our family. But that's not what I wanted to do.
And then what happened after that?
And then sadly we lost the engineer in the family. So, oh well.
You're still in school?
I'm still in school, second year, so I had to cruise through campus. But then when I got to fourth year, that's when I had the reality. I had a reality check. Like, I'm leaving school. I'm almost leaving school. I'm not doing the course that I want. I don't want to do it outside school. So what next? Still in uni, I got my first internship. I think I was around second year. It was the best internship ever. So I used to work with engineers, architects, etc. So I learned a bit of quoting, like creating bills of quantities for quantity surveyors. So that's how my first side hustle started. So I used to do bills of quantities for each and every QS or quantity surveyor in the company. And
what is that? What was the QS?
Okay, QS is a quantity surveyor. Mainly they do like a quotation on how much a building will cost from the foundation to the roof, how much you need, etc. So that's what I used to do. I'd roughly get about 10,000 per bills of quantity or BQ. Yeah, that was my first side hustle. And then went back to school after the long holidays. And then back home, did another internship. During that internship, I started selling sweaters from toy and delivering them around Nairobi or even outside Nairobi. Yeah.
And how was that process?
That was hectic, but it was very interesting because it was my first real hustle. Like, how I started is I was broke. I was not being paid enough, but my internship was around 10K per month. And at that time, you still have fare, you still have to buy lunch and whatnot. So I opened an Instagram page and took pictures of my old clothes and sold them. But that, I couldn't sell all of my clothes, so I had to figure out what next to sell. So on Instagram, there are very many clothes. Most of them are repeat, but no one was selling sweaters. So I had a sweater plug on at Stray Market. So I used to take her pictures of a new stock, post them, and then go for them after internship, and then deliver them to clients.
For how long did you do that?
For about a year.
Yeah. And then you realized this is not what I want.
Yeah, I realized it's not scalable, and I had to figure out. I was almost finishing school, so I had to figure out what next to do or what business to start that is scalable. I gave myself 30 days to come up with a scalable business. So each and every day I used to write a business that I can do and that is scalable, however small, if it's like mama mboga, or if it's a construction company, if it's selling tumba, or if it's having a boutique, or if it's selling shoes or importing items. So furniture was number 15. So after that, I gave myself another 30 days to come up with a name, to find fundis, to find a client.
How did you come up with Santana Africa?
So I was in a bus with my earphones on, and I don't know if you know Carlos Santana.
Who doesn't know Carlos Santana?
So Santana had a really nice ring to it. So I added Africa, and that's how Santana Africa was born. So it wasn't, my grandfather is not called Santana or anything. So I went on Ngong Road and found a fundi. I explained to him what I'd like to do. I didn't have a workshop or anything. I don't even have tools. I didn't even know.
So you didn't even know any specific shop.
I didn't even know the difference between mahogany and cypress. So I told him, this is what I'm planning on doing. I don't have any money, but I am good with marketing. I am good with taking photos and selling products. So if you can give me a chance, it will take me a month for me to get a client. David, I remember his name. He was very easygoing. He allowed me to do it. So he sent me pictures of some items he had made. Posted them on Instagram. Used to post them every day on stories and whatnot. And within 20 pictures in, I think, I got my first client. He was a Somali guy relocating from the UK, coming back home to Kenya. He had already bought a house, but he didn't have a bed. So, and he didn't want to sleep in a hotel. So he had to figure out, how do I get a bed? So he found my page, DM'd me, told me what type of bed he wanted, the kind of design, the kind of wood and everything, gave me all the details. I told him I needed a deposit to start, and he sent me the deposit through PayPal. And that's how I got my first client. We did the bed. Within a week or two, it was done. I delivered, sent him a picture, he sent the balance. And when he came back home, he had a bed to sleep on. He doubted me at first. He was a bit difficult. But yeah, we made it work. And I ended up furnishing his whole house, referred me to his friends. Yeah.
How did you come up with a marketing strategy just to make people believe this is the actual thing that you're selling? It's always a challenge.
For sure. The key is to take pictures of behind the scenes. So taking clients through bought material, we are joining. This is how maybe the bed looks like before it's varnished. This is the varnishing process. This is the finished product. And that way people trust you. Like on my Instagram page, you'll never find a picture posted from the internet because you're deceiving people. Like, just show people what you can do.
Tell us about the challenges you went through.
I had 3 main challenges: dealing with fundis, dealing with clients, and quality control. Dealing with fundis mainly, I'm a woman, I'm young. It's really hard to be authoritarian and for people to take you seriously, that this is work and you should respect that. Dealing with clients also is in the sense of work boundaries, that you can't call me at 1 a.m. asking about your bed. And also working from Monday to Monday, not getting a break, or feeling like you do not deserve that break. Quality control, again, I had not dealt with wood before, so I just learned quality control the hard way. Going with furniture, and then the client sees flaws, and then I have to get judicial it back to the workshop to redo it because it's not the best quality as I had advertised. The one that I can never forget is being surrounded by 7 guys, almost being bitten. because they did a shoddy job and I had to tell them to repeat it, but they wanted payments before they could redo the job. But also I had not been paid by the client, and also you have to look at the deadline. And it was around 8 p.m. on Ngong Road. That was one experience I'll never forget.
And how did you handle that situation?
I called a friend, asked him to bail me out. I paid them and had to look for other people to fix the issue.
Tell us about Santana Africa now. You have a business that's growing. What happened?
I used to have fallouts with the fundi, mainly because of the disrespect. So I had to come up with a plan on opening a workshop for myself.
On what basis?
Just, again, I'm female, I'm dealing with an older guy, someone who has been in the business for the longest time, even longer than I am. But also I have a niche or specific clients that I want to serve, and specific clients who know what they want. So if, for example, if I correct him and tell him like, you haven't done the sanding properly, or this wood hasn't been planed properly, they get really angry. And at that time, you can't really do much because you don't have the money to start. So you have to just calm down and think through it. And that's how I saved up and started looking for a space, which you see now.
Coming up on Tuzidi na Hustle.
Okay, now I need
How are we looking? How are we looking here?
Well, I'll give you a 5 out of 10.
Out of 10.
Okay. So what you do, you need to filler in the spaces.
Fill all the holes, yeah?
Yeah, fill in the holes.
Previously on Tuzidi na Hustle.
I used to have fallouts with the fundi, mainly because of the disrespect. So if, for example, if I correct him and tell him like, you haven't done the sanding properly, or this wood hasn't been planed properly, they get really angry. And at that time, you can't really do much because you don't have the money to start. So you have to just calm down and think through it. And that's how I saved up and started looking for a space.
Take us through the journey of you leaving your previous place to coming here.
It was a long process. It didn't happen in a month. It didn't happen in 2. It almost happened in a year. Just deciding I won't take the disrespect anymore. But also I have orders coming in. I do not have a location. I don't have fundis. So just, you have to be patient. So I was patient. I saved up some money in each and every order that goes out and started looking for space. So how I find the space? I mapped out where my clients are and what is, because I didn't want to be on Ngong Road as well. So I literally took a map and looked at, these are the areas that I feel like clients can reach me easily. My fundis can also come to work easily, and I can also look at work easily. So I found the Goreti area, mainly walking really, just assigning like 3 hours a day to looking for a space intentionally. So you walk, because agents sometimes they help you, but then they don't get exactly what you need, and also budgets and whatnot.
At the same time, are you also looking for your own fundis?
I am looking for fundis. It's trial and error. The way I got my main fundi was through referral, to a fundi who does metal work. So I got him, I gave him my first job to just test him out. He wasn't as great, but we polished up his skills and he's amazing. Yeah.
How do you relate with your employees? Because earlier on you told us you felt disrespected previously, and currently right now you are a female boss working with men, as I can see around.
True.
Yeah. So
the key is to earn respect and not to demand it. So the same way I respect them, they should respect me as well. So even when they've done a bad job, I try not to shout. I try and explain. The reason why I'm not happy with this job is because of 1, 2, 3, and the client will see it as 1, 2, 3. That way, the next time, they're not doing it because you told them to, they're doing it because now they understand where you are. So you are on the same level in terms of mindset and in terms of the product that you're supposed to get out there.
And where do you see Santana Africa in the future? What are your aspirations? What plans do you have for your business?
I see myself mostly expanding to other countries in retail, and also doing wholesale selling of furniture to hotels, to the hotel industry, and yeah.
How many employees do you have?
Four.
4?
Yes.
Planning to add?
For sure. Yeah. Labor is something very important. It will make or break your business. And also, if you want a higher turnaround time, then you need to have more people on your team.
To any young entrepreneur out there, what would you tell them?
You don't really need to have millions to start a business. You can, as long as you have the idea, the drive, and the patience, and even the smarts to go around you not having capital, then you can do it. Anyone can do it. Yes, you just need the
have a right mindset, patience,
drive, and the smarts, like to go around not having the capital. Because capital is important, but it should not hinder you from starting the business.
It is time to secure the bag. This is where I normally get into the shoes of my guests and I do what is it that they do. You know, I get into their hustle and learn one or few things and you guys get to rate me. And today I don't know what is it that Lynn has to show me, but I'm super excited. I hope you guys are ready. Let's go see. Lynn.
Hey!
It's time to work. What's my challenge today?
So I need you to sand this telephone table. You're supposed to sand it according to the grain, like following the grain.
Okay.
Yeah, so
all of it?
Yeah, all of it.
Here we go.
Sharper?
Oh, you have to go harder?
Yeah, go harder. Okay. Now,
how are we looking? How are we looking here?
Yeah, I'll give you a 5 out of 10.
Out of 10.
Okay, so what you do, you need to filler in the spaces.
Fill all the holes, huh?
Yeah, fill in the holes. This is sawdust, so I need you to fill in
every hole?
Yeah, the spaces and let it dry.
All right.
So as much as you focus on the front, you should also focus on the back. So the furniture is not pretty at the front and then hideous at the back. Yeah.
How long does it take to dry?
It takes about an hour. So you need to do some sanding here so it's not a hazard.
To a pro, how long will this take?
Maybe until, it's 11 now, maybe until 3 p.m. Hi. For you, maybe until next week, because at the rate you're moving.
All right, we'll keep going. What is the importance of this?
Well, you want a smooth furniture, right? Yeah, you don't want to.
Oh, you don't want rough edges.
Exactly, and especially if you're painting an object, you want it to come out as neat and as clean as possible.
This is fundamental.
It's a must to anything.
Okay.
Before you varnish, before you paint, because it's one thing to join furniture, but then the finishing is a very important part. It's what brings out the beauty in the furniture. Otherwise, it's just wood joined together.
You know, this thing is hard. Shout out to anyone who makes furniture. Did you have to learn to do this?
I had to learn the process.
Oh, the process?
Yes. So that way no process is skipped and there are no shortcuts into making our furniture. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. It's super tiring. So how do you know like it's smooth enough?
Touch it. Is it? Is it? Just be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself.
It's getting there.
Because you see, if you varnish it, the grains will come out and you will see the roughness in furniture. You want it to be as smooth as possible.
I don't think you can get smoother than here.
Are you sure?
100%. Okay, 90%.
Okay. Okay, for your first time, I'll give you a pass. But we can't deliver it like this. We still have to work on it ourselves. So since you couldn't do this one.
Okay, how many marks you give me on this one?
Well, it's not even complete. So I'd give you a 4, but let me give you a smaller project.
So this is much easier.
Yeah, this was much easier. It's much smaller. So
Uh-huh.
to start with, before I decide to give you a job or not.
So I have to start sanding it first.
Start sanding with a heavier grit. Sand it following the grain. And then you apply varnish on top until wait for it to dry a bit. Pangoza with this
Okay.
to remove the dust, and then
Okay.
move with that one, the smaller grit, and then apply varnish.
All right, let's try this.
Apply varnish. You're wasting. You're pouring it.
So you do?
Yeah.
So now we've varnished the upper part. We have to give it 5 minutes to dry.
And then you'll probably sand it again.
And then I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so wait for 5 minutes until it dries and we're back at it again. If you guys can zoom in, you can see like I have a wound. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see that. I'm
I've scratched
sorry.
my finger.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it was such an exciting experience.
Yeah. Sweat, blood, and tears.
Sweat, blood, and tears.
Mm-hmm.
So far I've finally finished. How would you rate me if you were to buy this or if you were to hire me?
I wouldn't hire you. I'd give you an internship though. Yeah.
It's better. That's from somewhere.
So this I'd give you a 4. And then this I'd give you about a 7.
Out of 10?
Yeah, 7 out of 10.
So this is my best work.
Yeah, because it's still a bit rough, but it's your first day, so.
But it looks better. I don't know if you guys can see the colors, how they're popping out. The green. Which other color is there?
Do you know what wood this is?
No, what wood is this?
Mango wood.
Oh.
I really like it. Very many people like it because of the grains, and also because it's not as rare as cypress and mahogany.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, how would I pay you this? Ay. I'd buy you lunch.
Yeah. For 1 week straight, huh?
Because someone else has to come and redo it for you, so I have to pay them to fix your mess.
Yeah. So a lunch for me as a
I'll buy a lunch. See, that's enough. I mean, you have walked for like 30 minutes. So
okay, so I'll get a free lunch and more lessons.
And more lessons.
And more lessons, yeah?
Experience.
So I'm being paid by experience. Literally what's happening. But hey, mad props to anybody, you know, who's in this profession. This actually requires a lot of skill.
It does. Yeah. It does. Skill is important.
I've learned so much today. Let me go for my lunch. Let's go buy that lunch.
Bye.
Our guest today has shown that you can make lemonade out of lemons handed to you by life. She has shown that with hunger to succeed, resilience, and unwavering belief, you can turn an idea into a thriving business. This has been Tuzidi na Hustle. My name is Kimathi. Thank you for watching.